In 1992, Hollywood lost its legendary Rifleman, but Chuck Connors left behind extra than just a TV show. From his secret position in Cold War international relations to shocking affairs that nearly ruined his profession, Connors lived a lifestyle as dramatic as any Western. Now, 30 years later, the fact ultimately emerges how a Brookland baseball participant became a Soviet hero, why his 3 marriages led to scandal, and the dark secret he saved until his final days. Chuck Connors was born as Kevin Joseph Aloysius Connors on April 10th, 1921 in Brooklyn, New York. His parents, Alan and Marcel Connors, were Irish immigrants who labored hard to offer for his or her own family throughout the tough instances of the Great Depression. Chuck's father worked as a longshoreman and his mother took on small jobs to assist make ends meet. Life wasn't smooth, however. It taught Chuck the value of tough paintings. Chuck grew up in a working-class community, spending a number of time gambling sports activities. At the Bay Ridge Boys Club, he cherished baseball and dreamed of one day playing for the Brooklyn Dodgers at 14. Chuck's life took a large turn. His skills for sports activities stuck the attention of scouts, and he changed into offered an athletic scholarship to Adelphia Academy, a non-public high faculty in Brooklyn. This was a huge possibility for him, and he made the maximum of it. At Adelphi, he excelled in more than one sports activities: baseball, basketball, football, and even music. On the baseball subject, Chuck became a sturdy first baseman, and in 1939, he turned into named one of the top excessive faculty gamers in Brooklyn after graduating college. Chuck had greater than 25 schools providing him athletic scholarships. He chose Seton Hall University in New Jersey, where he played each basketball and baseball at the basketball court. He became a backup center, using his peak and protection to help the group win. However, it became baseball where he truly stood out in a single memorable recreation. In 1942, Chuck hit home runs and had 6 RB, catching the eye of professional scouts during this time. Chuck sooner or later got the nickname he is regarded for. Even as playing first base, he might yell, "Chuck it to me!" and the call caught. Chuck's college years have been interrupted by means of World War II. In 1942, he joined the military and educated at Fort Knox. Due to his height and athletic capabilities, he became chosen to be a tank battle teacher. He later labored at West Point, schooling infantrymen and even teaching famous football players who went on to win countrywide championships. Regardless of being in the military, Chuck stayed near sports activities. He played semi-professional baseball in Brooklyn in the course of his loose time, or even played professional basketball in the American Basketball League after serving 3 years in the Army. Chuck turned into honorably discharged in 1946. After leaving the Army, he joined the Boston Celtics throughout their very first season. In 1946, Status 6 FT5 in. He performed as a forward and center. Connors performed in 49 games that season, scoring a median of 440.5 factors in line with sport. His great game came on December 13th, 1946, while he scored 15 points in a close win against the Providence Steamrollers. However, his basketball profession failed to final long in February 1947. After only some months with the Celtics, Connors left to chase another dream: baseball. On May 1st, 1949, he got his massive chance with the Brooklyn Dodgers. However, it failed to begin well. In his one and best game for the Dodgers, Connors hit into a double play, and the group lost. Instead of giving up, he labored hard in the minor leagues, playing for teams like the Montreal Royals. In 1951, he made it lower back to the majors with the Chicago Cup CLS. That season, he played 66 games and had some large moments. On July 18th, 1951, he hit his first home run in opposition to the New York Giants. A month afterward, August 26th, he hit any other one also towards the Giants. By way of the give-up of the season, Connors had 48 hits and a batting common of 239. Now, not awful for someone who break up his time between 2 sports activities. Chuck Connor's whole timber story began inside the Maximum Sudden Manor in 1952. He was playing baseball for the Los Angeles Angels, a minor league group, one sunny afternoon for the duration of a recreation in opposition to the Sacramento Sullen. Something uncommon happened. Chuck hit a large home run. It wasn't just any home run. It cleared the fence and stuck the attention of someone in the crowd. Billy Gordon, a casting director from MGM. Billy could not forget about Chuck's tall, sturdy frame and rugged face after the game. He walked right into the locker room and handed Chuck his card. He advised him, "You ought to think about performing," but Chuck did not take it severely. He changed into centered on baseball and failed to see himself as an actor then. Just multiple weeks later, Chuck hurt himself throughout a game. It wasn't extreme, but it gave him time to suppose, out of interest, he decided to visit MGM. Notice what this performing aspect became. Approximately to his wonder, they supplied him a screen check right away. He gave it a shot, end quote. That they favored what they noticed just 3 days later. Chuck signed his first Hollywood agreement. That quick selection changed his lifestyles all the time. His first position became in a film known as Pat and Mike, a romantic comedy starring massive Hollywood stars Spencer Tracy and Katharine Hepburn. Chuck's element changed into small. He performed a police captain, but it became still a huge moment for someone who had just started appearing on his first day of filming. Chuck was excited, however nervous. He arrived early and spent hours getting ready his scene. Failed to take place till overdue that nighttime. However, while the camera sooner or later rolled, he nailed it in just 2 takes. Spencer Tracy even pulled him apart after and instructed him, "You have something. Stay with those phrases." Supposed the sector to Chuck and gave him the confidence to preserve going after. That Chuck dove head first into appearing. He took on every position he should discover, massive or small. Between 1952 and 1958, he regarded in over 20 movies. One among his most memorable early roles was in Disney's Old Yeller 1957, where he played Bern Sanderson. The film turned into a big hit, and that helped Chuck get observed even greater. He additionally appeared in films like Trouble Alongside the Way with John Wayne, and The Large U.S.A., wherein he acted along Gregory Peck and Charlton Heston. Every function helped him improve as an actor and construct his recognition in addition to his film work. Connors made frequent TV appearances, presenting in 18 distinctive TV indicates. At some stage in this time, balancing each film and TV become unusual for actors. Again then, however, Connors' paintings, ethic, and versatility allowed him to achieve each medium. Those 6 years of difficult paintings, diverse roles, and screen time totaling over 400 minutes organized him for the subsequent chapter of his career. Chuck Connors had become famous as Lucas McCain in The Rifleman. However, it failed to manifest right away. In 1957, Connor played a father in Disney's Old Yeller. The prod producers of The Rifleman saw his overall performance and notion he changed into best for his or her show. At first, Connor stated no because the pay turned into less than what he earned doing other appearing jobs. However, the producers simply wanted him in order that they offered more money and even gave him 5% ownership of the display that satisfied him to take the function as soon as Connors turned into solid. He started training to put together. He practiced horseback driving and found out a way to spin in and shoot a rifle in a manner that seemed cool on camera. He labored with a gun professional named Rod Redwing to grasp the actions. Connor practiced a lot that his palms were given sore and blistered, but he did not forestall till he got it just proper. The show premiered on September 30th, 1958, and people cherished it immediately. Over 14 million visitors tuned in to see the primary episode. Connor's character, Lucas Kane, was difficult, however. Additionally, Kind in particular, together with his son Mark, played by means of Johnny Crawford, the father-son bond, became one of the maximum loved elements of the display, critics said. Connors did a splendid process, showing each energy and emotion the rifle inside the show become. Also a massive deal, it wasn't only a regular rifle, it was a Winchester 1892 that have been modified to make it unique. The lever was made more massive so Connor may want to spin it in a flashy manner to the gun. This spinning pass have become his signature. and turn into proven at the begin of every episode. The rifle become also capable of shoot certainly fast due to a special screw within the trigger. This made for exciting scenes wherein McCain ought to outgun a bunch of awful men in seconds. The rifle becomes so famous that Winchester later made a similar model for fanatics in real life. But the display wasn't just about action. What made the Rifleman one of a kind became its focus on own family. Lucas McCain turned into a widowed father, raising his son by myself in the vintage West. This wasn't unusual on TV on the time, wherein maximum households were proven as having both mother and father. The display often explored the demanding situations Lucas confronted as each a father. And a protector. In one episode, he struggled with letting Mark testify in court docket due to the fact he involved approximately his son's protection. In some other, Lucas had to control his personal anger even as teaching Mark how to cope with feelings. The connection among Lucas and Mark felt actual, and it linked with a number of visitors, unmarried fathers in